He's not looking at you. His phone is literally pointing down. It's literally pointing down. Get over yourself.
Where are you guys finding your boyfriends? Because everyone I know seems to have a good boyfriend. Like, they're not bad boyfriends. They're cool boyfriends. How did you source that?
Men used to go to war. But forget war. Because war right now with what's going on, we don't want war. But men used to go to work and be happy to provide. Now we got men showing us their skincare routine. And that's great and all. But, like, who's gonna be a plumber? Who's gonna be an electrician? Who's going to sanitize our drinking water? Because I know damn well a lot of females are not doing that. So leave the skincare routine for us.
You know, these modern women get upset because you're able to handle what they do easily and continue doing hard, laborious jobs. Like, I've heard men say, well, you know, when I was a stay-at-home husband, it wasn't really that hard. Maybe a couple of hours max and everything is done. If I'm having a really slow day, maybe 4 hours and everything is done. I don't know what my wife is complaining about. But here again, we have women talking about, oh, well, you can't have the skincare routine. That's for us. I can do the skincare routine and then do hard work. You guys seem to be struggling with simple stuff.
Honestly, I feel like I could booze everyone stuck because there's someone that I have in mind here. I just have one person in mind that I have a crush on here.
All right, awesome. Well, let's waste no time. I want to come back here. All right, boys. Who is it going to be?
It's gonna be the first one here.
Okay, all right. Everybody's ducks got to go. Come over here, Sam.
Hello.
Here we go. All right, so
We already knew who she was going to go for. I saw him over there at the end. I just want to say, bro, you might want to leave this one alone. She looks like one of those AI robot dolls, Doc.
I'm about to sound like such an incel defender right now, and I swear that I'm not, but I think a really good way that you can gauge whether a girl has a really good heart and whether she's truly a good friend and a good person is through seeing the way that she treats unattractive men who hit on her or are interested in her romantically. I've been really fortunate throughout my life with my friendships in that most of my friends were amazing, but I've had some instances where girls ended up stabbing me in the back, being really bad people, and just betraying me overall. The one thing that I can think of that all of these girls had in common is that they were so incredibly rude and dehumanizing to men that were below their league who hit on them. They would come to me snickering and be like, oh my gosh, you're never gonna guess what happened. You're never gonna guess what kind of person tried to hit on me today. I've been in that scenario where I felt like a guy that was below my league hit on me, but I think it just takes a certain amount of respect for other people, human decency, desire not to humiliate others to handle that in the right way. I'm not saying they had to get with them or anything. I just think that as fellow girls who are in our young 20s and are cute or whatever, we're obviously gonna be nice to each other. So seeing the way that they treat people who are in a more marginalized state says more about their character than how they treat you, a fellow cute girl.
After the age of 30, being overly freaked out as a man is not a good character trait to have, because why are you not at work? Why are you not tired from going to work? Why are you not tired because you went to work and then the gym? Like, it's just too much you should be doing as a man to be freaky all day long. Like, this might be why you're single, because I don't know one woman that's going for a man who's freaky all day and not busy working.
How come when y'all make these types of videos, y'all don't personally have anything to do? Like, y'all don't have any work that y'all should be doing?
We're not calling women enough. Like, these teachers who are going to school in bodycon outfits, BBLs, and in heels that you would wear to the club, to school, like, wanting to be attractive to children is a thing that do. Like, nobody wants to be attracted to children but somebody attracted to children. You know what I mean? And then you think in your head, like, all these women are so beautiful. Why would they be attracted to children? Because they're attracted to children. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with what this person looks like, but everything about their intention and their desire. They want to be attractive to children. Teacher Bay? Bay to who? The other teachers or the internet? Like, and then another thing, it's very strange. It's a job that's centered around children. Do you get, you know what I'm saying? Like, having a huge BBL and you're posting it like, this is my outfit for the day, this is my teacher's outfit, and you're turning around and then like you're posing at the school in front of the school bus. Like, it's very much like the idea of being around children, working with children and things like that. And that's strange to me. That's weird. And it's weird because it's very weird. So yeah, these women are, and then the men who are jumping on the bandwagon to say like, oh, well, I dress in streetwear because I'm a cool teacher. It's like, you also want to be attractive to children. Like, that's not appropriate wear as a teacher. Like, you don't dress down every day and then be like, oh, I'm dressed up just because it's something that you would wear to the club. It's strange. It's weird.
I'm a little pissy. I get this text from my father-in-law. My father-in-law, not my husband. My father-in-law. I get this. Mind you, I did not build this house. My husband and my father-in-law built it, mainly my husband. I am very grateful for that. But this is what I come home to after working an entire shift on my feet all day that I now have to clean, even though I did not make this mess. Look at it. I now have to pick up everything off the floor, all of it. I have to clean this entire island, put all of their tools away, clean everything off the floor. I have to get all of this. This is sawdust because they decided to cut things inside my house. And I have to get this all done tonight before my husband gets home. Last night, I did not clean the house. You guys really opened my eyes and made me see that, like, this was not my problem. It's not my thing. There's so much. My husband last night and told him that I was really pissed off. And so I get home today and this is what I come home to. A fully cleaned house. They have a little bit of stuff right here, but that's fine. That's it. They organized all their tools and I didn't have to do a single thing. Either they got the message that was super disrespectful, or they think I'm completely incompetent and they won't ever ask me to do anything again. Either way, win for me. This is the update. It's not a good one. It's not a fun one. It actually really sucks. But I'm going to keep it short and sweet. We had a long conversation a couple days ago, my husband and I, and we've come to the conclusion that the best thing for both of us is for this to end. So we are getting a divorce. We've been separated for the past couple days, obviously. We just have to put the legal actions into motion. But yes, we are getting a divorce.
I'm not sure what you thought was going to happen posting this type of stuff online. I mean, to be honest, modern women have been doing this for a while. Embarrassing their man in public. Doesn't matter what group it is, who it is, embarrassing him. And now that social media has come along, they decide they're going to do it online for thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people to see. And a man is supposed to be okay with that. Stupid.
Put that man on child support, even if you know he's not going to pay it. Let me tell you why. When I worked in insurance defense, one of my favorite things to do before we were going to pay out a claim was to check every jurisdiction where that man used to live and see if I could find any outstanding child support orders. And they didn't make it easy. This was years ago, so maybe it's easier now. But back then, I might get put on hold for a long time. I might have to beg for a call back. But when I finally got that information that allowed us to pay out that child support order, a lot of times it was in arrears 15 years, 20 years, but that money is coming, okay? So there's a possibility that you might be in your 60s, your kids might be fully grown, but you could still potentially get that money if that man comes up on anything. So go ahead, go through the trouble of getting that child support order and keep your address up.
Older black women give the worst advice, and it's never about the kid. It's never about the well-being of the kid. It's always for financial gain. It's always for self-benefit. If that is not enough right there for you men to stop giving these birds your seed, I don't know what is.
Unfortunately projected on a man last night, and I will be calling him to apologize. I was on a date with this guy that I've been on many dates with, and he's amazing. And I shouldn't have acted like this on that date because I do know he's amazing. But we went to the gas station because he needed to get gas, and he was like, come inside the gas station with me because it's like a bad area. And I was like, oh, of course, that's so sweet of you. So we go inside the gas station, and I'm like, I have to pee. So I go to pee, and when I come out of the bathroom, I don't see him anywhere. So I see him walking out towards the car, and then me and the security guard look at each other, and me and him are like, wow, he really left me in here like that. So I open the door, and I stand in the middle of the doorway, and I go, I know you didn't just leave me in here like this. Come back here right now and walk me back out. And he looks like a cute little puppy dog. He's coming back. He's like, I didn't mean to leave you in there. I just went to go see if you were inside the car. And if you weren't inside the car, I was going to come back because I checked the bathroom and you weren't there. There's 2 women's bathrooms in the gas station. He checked the other one and then went outside to see if I had gotten in the car because it wasn't a safe area, and he was making sure, and I was so mean to him. And all I said in that moment was, yeah, that's right. And then we went back to the car. But I think I have to call him and say sorry because that was so unnecessary. Like, he's been nothing but nice to me. Why did I do that to him?
Why are you telling us before you go apologize to him? I don't get it.
Women will submit to a good man. And a good man is someone who genuinely feels good about providing for the family and actually feels really whole knowing that he can provide. But he also understands that providing goes far beyond finances. It's the emotional aspect, it's the physical labor, it's the emotional labor, it's everything intertwined in the relationship and within the family dynamic, like stepping up for the kids without being told or doing the laundry without being told. He's a true provider in all of the ways, not just financially. And before you come in my comments saying, oh my God, it's never good enough, it's never good enough, I can promise you no woman is meant to submit to some dusty, musty, crusty that has to be told to do his laundry. Point blank, period. Women will submit to a man that is a good man. She will be the type of woman for you that is excited about cleaning the house or cooking or having you come home and making your life easier. And this is the reciprocation part of the dynamic because she's reciprocating this same energy because you're a whole ass provider and a whole ass good ass man, that you are able to make her feel safe and comfortable in her feminine energy, so she wants to do those things for you. This is another reason that I always say that if a woman doesn't want to do wifey things for you, then she's not the woman for you and you haven't made her feel safe to want to submit to you. And the good ass men will understand what I mean. When you are able to provide for somebody like this, she automatically will reciprocate that softness and the energy that makes the dynamic work. Okay, bye.
One thing that I've been noticing with guys when I go out is instead of them speaking to you directly, like if you're walking, let's say you're walking down the street, right? Y'all are on your way wherever y'all going, and you're walking this way and he's walking this way, he'll wait till you pass him, like right after you pass him, to say, oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, the baddies is out tonight. Oh, I can't, but did you see who we just walked? Like, oh my goodness. And it's given like girly. I'm sorry. That's something that girls do. You are a man. Why are you waiting till I walk past you to say that you think I'm fine? Am I supposed to turn around and be like, hey, you talking to me? You think I'm pretty? Me, I'm good. Like, you're a man. Be a man. Be bold. Stand on it. It's giving passive. It's giving scary. Like, are you scared to go after what you want? Because if that's the case, then you don't need to come after no woman. None at all. Not me. No woman at all. Go after, I don't know. You stay on Instagram then. Keep it on the playground. Because it's like, for you to not say nothing until I walk past you, let me ignore you in your face. If I'm not going to talk to you, let me ignore you in your face. I'm going to ignore you behind your back too because I don't have no choice now. But like, who going to be the boys? Who going to be the boys? If you expect me to turn around and be like, oh, he said I'm fine. He said I'm fine. Hey, me, I'm fine, please. Who's going to be the boys?
Has it ever crossed your mind that maybe the man didn't actually want to speak to you? He was just admiring and said, oh man, what's up? I see you. I'd do something similar to a man if I saw he had a nice suit on. All right, bro, I see you. All right, take it easy and keep on going. Guys, stop.
This is how some of y'all be sounding. This the man. Yeah, so I'm looking for a wife that will partner with me and submit to the vision I know that God has given me. I'm looking for a wife that is kind and that is nurturing. I'm never gonna be nobody's slave. So, I mean, when it comes to necessarily submitting, it depends on what the vision is. Okay, so in my last relationship, my ex never apologized. She would just cook for me and give me some. Looking for someone that is aware and that will apologize quickly. It just kind of feels very narcissistic of you to even ask someone to quickly apologize, because it definitely depends on the situation and what you were given. Lastly, I'm looking for someone that will be kind and just caring and warm. I really need that. I'm going out building this business, and I would love to come home and just have my girl by my side, my wife by my side, that will be peaceful, provide a peaceful environment. I'm just probably never gonna necessarily be your source of peace. And as far as coming home, I hope you're not expecting any food, a house to be clean, because I'm gonna be working just like you, because that's exactly what I want to do. You said you were a Christian woman, right?
Where do I find the men who don't mind if there's a little hair downstairs? Asking for a friend.
As with most things, it kind of depends on how much. If it's really just a little, most men don't care. If he does care, don't worry, he will let you know. But what I can say most men care about is whether or not you're going to be asking these provocative questions online when you start dating him.
So I'm going through a divorce, and the other day I had to humble myself and tell my ex that I am no longer able to afford my lawyer, and I need to just surrender to whatever happens. And these last couple weeks he's been a little bit nicer, so I figured by me being vulnerable he would maybe have a heart. And then today he tells me that my car, it's in his name, the only car that I have to transport my kids to school, our kids, the car that I need to get to work, that I pay for every month, that if I can't refinance and put it in my name, that he's gonna sell it because it's in his name. My credit score is bad, and he knows this. And so when I asked him, how do you expect me to do that with my credit score? And he says, I don't have an answer for you. So you're willing to take the only vehicle for your kids away. I have been trying to do this healing journey, and I've been doing so good. Even now I'm sad, but I still feel a sense of peace because I am surrendering at the end of the day. Whatever happens, happens. But it hurts my heart how someone can just be so ruthless. I was with this man for 22 years. We have 4 kids. It's just crazy how and that should tell you exactly why I'm divorcing him, because of the man that he is.
I get it, man. But what ends up happening is that if the tables were turned, then you'd be taking that man for everything. And it's just the fact that, in my opinion, he has the upper hand now. And so he's saying, well, the car's in my name, I'm going to take that. Well, what about the kids? Y'all don't be playing the kids. When somebody says, well, stay for the kids. Oh, don't stay for the kids. They're going to understand. Get out there. You don't want to be happy. I should have left the relationship 20 years ago and I didn't. And I regret every second of it. The only thing I regret is not getting out sooner. That's what a lot of women say. There's a woman on here. What's her name? The lady that's 32. talking about, I want to leave my husband. She sat up there and told us. I had everything mapped out. Where the kids were going to go, who they're going to stay with, split time, where I'm going to go stay, where he's going to stay. Everything was, split up. He didn't know any of this. He wasn't aware of any of this. It was just going to happen, and he was just going to have to eat that. But now that the man has the upper hand, we get a stop story. We get he won't even do it for the kids. We get he's a narcissist. He only thinks about himself. He's heartless. Unfortunately for you.
How is it that I just went through over 50 matches on Hinge? Like literally it said 50 plus. I'm pretty sure there were like 70 matches. I X'd every single one except for 2. And like, mind you, my friends, they always joke, they're like, Grace, you give people like the benefit of the doubt that like don't deserve it. Like I give people the benefit of the doubt, and I matched with 2 people. Something you can admire about men is their audacity. Some of these, I was like, shoot your shot. Okay, I get it. 2, just like, I knew dating in New York was hard. To be fair, like I have not given dating in New York a fair shot. Like I really haven't been on the apps, like really doing anything. I'm kind of hoping I meet someone in the wild, or just who even knows. But now I understand why girls are so disheartened by dating, especially in New York City. Like, this is wild. And then me and a couple girlfriends went out for my birthday, and we were at this nice bar, and one of the girls we were with is married, and so she like wasn't really worried about meeting anyone. But me and my girlfriends were out, we look good, we're having fun, like we are pretty girls. And my friend who was married called me the next day, and she was like, I don't know how you guys do it. Like, there were so many cute guys there. You guys are so hot. Not one single guy went up to our group. And she was like, I don't know how you're supposed to meet someone when the dating apps suck and then guys don't approach you. Holy moly. Oh, this is quite the adventure.
All right, man. Oh, man. Where do you start? So first of all, this is what it looks like when a woman has too many options. She's got too many options sliding into the DMs, and she feels that she can be beyond picky. Some people hate when I say back in the day. It's true though. Back in the day, I told you, you'd go out, somebody would ask you out, you get all excited, you get dressed up. It wasn't like 50 guys sliding into your DMs at once and you were like, oh, I don't know. That one, his hair is a little short. Oh, that one? I don't know. He's kind of got like a little bit of a wandering eye. I don't know that one. Is that a chipped tooth? Oh, I don't like that. No, it wasn't like that because you didn't have an endless sea of options. You had a guy that picked up the phone, called you, and you were like, oh, wow, this is awesome. Somebody wants to take me out. All right, I'll give it a shot. You didn't have this inflated sense of ego either. Like, the audacity. She's all like, some of these guys, I get it. Like, shoot your shot, but the audacity of them. Of these guys to think they have a shot with me? Honey, you just got so much less attractive. Also, who are these women that are always like, we are pretty girls. Oh my God, we are hot girls. I never spoke like that. Now I can look back as, someone who's older and be like, wow, I was an objectively good-looking young woman. Like, but I wasn't out there. You know what made me attractive? I didn't think I was that attractive. I was just like, whatever, got dressed, went out. I wasn't like, I'm objectively really pretty. How, right? Isn't it just gross? Humility, honey, goes a long way. So she's saying the audacity of these guys, the audacity of them to be thinking they have a shot with me and sliding into the DMs and like on the dating app, thinking they could be a match with me. In the same breath, she's saying that they go out and guys don't approach her. So you were just complaining that too many guys are approaching you on the app and they have some sort of inflated sense of ego to think, that they would actually have a shot with holier than thou may, right? I'm so amazing and gorgeous. And in the same breath, you're mad that those same guys or guys like them don't approach you in person. Well, honey, maybe it's your energy. Maybe it's your I'm too hot for everyone energy. Maybe it's your I'm so pretty and the dating scene here is just like so wild. These guys, ooh, maybe it's that. Maybe it's that the guys don't want to approach you. They feel it and they're not coming up to you. I've said this before, but guys will take like a 6 who's pleasant and approachable and fun. And if they're looking for a serious thing, they're looking for a real girlfriend, they will take that 6 over a 9 who's like, I'm so hot, I'm so pretty. You think you're worthy? Not. Ew. Ew. Told you I would need a barf bucket at some point. It's not in here, so I got to keep doing this. Because it is. It's disgusting. Again, is she attractive? Sure. Did she get less attractive as we watched the video? Yes. Guys aren't approaching you because of your attitude, honey. Oh.
I mean, well, there's a woman in the comments that said when you have too many options and when your ego is so big, someone is never good enough because you think there's always something better. Another woman says her voice alone might be the reason. I was going to comment, but I think they got it.
There's more attractive women than men. I seen a video where a girl was talking about everywhere she go, she always see baddies everywhere, but then there's no attractive men. And I mean, there's been so many of these videos made by different women, different variations of it, but it all come down to the same thing, which is that it's a lie. Most people are average, men and women. We've already had this conversation before. But you're not walking out the door on an everyday basis, going to the grocery store, going to the store, going anywhere and just seeing a bunch of extremely attractive people in general. Usually when you're in a space where there's a lot of attractive people at one time, you're in places like nightlife, clubs, concerts, festivals. You're at beaches, places like Miami, California, those beaches. You're at places like the gym. Right? It would be places that attractive people would be in bulk. Places where people really took the time to make sure that they look good, hair done, nice outfits. But just going to the grocery store on a regular day, just going to Walmart or Target on a regular day, just going anywhere on a regular day, for the most part, you're not seeing nothing but a bunch of average people. Stop it. I talked about this the other day. I was on a live and a bunch of girls was coming up and they was getting dropped because they was ugly. And one of the girls came up and she was like, wait, go check my page, go check my page. And it was like, girl, what do he need to go check your page for? We're looking at you right now on the live. What are you talking about? But that's the problem, right? They don't judge themselves based off what they really look like. They want you to judge them based off what they look like at their best, right? And sometimes that ain't even what they really look like, because those pictures on her page completely was altered, look nothing like what we were seeing in the live. And you want us to just disregard what we're seeing and then go to your page and pretend like that's the real you? This stuff is making them delusional. They're going crazy. The girls are not okay. They're forgetting what's actually real life and what they actually look like for real. Not only are they delusional about their own looks, they delusional about other women's looks as well. They've lied to each other so much that they actually starting to believe the lies. And to be fair, I wish I could say this is only a woman issue of being delusional about your looks. But the other day I made a video about attractive men and the amount of ugly dudes in my comment section thinking that they was attractive men and talking about us, we, like he was part of the conversation of the men I was talking about. Everybody going crazy.
Y'all are really starting to irritate me up on this app. Y'all are starting to irritate the hell out of me. The inability for so many of y'all to take accountability is crazy. I'm tired of seeing y'all get on here, ask us questions like, am I in the wrong? Was I in the wrong? And then proceed to tell us a story where it's clear off jump that you were out of order. Y'all will literally sit here and film a 5 to 10 minute video, watch that whole back because you had to edit it before you posted it, and still we're not able to see the error in your ways. I don't get it. I don't. This lady really fixed herself to come up on here and ask us if she was wrong in the way that she navigated her first date with this man. Now, their first date was to church, which, I think is an interesting choice, but, to each their own. But anyway, he tells her that church starts promptly at 10 a.m. He arrives to pick her up at 9:20, which means there was plenty of time to get to church on time. He pulls up. She's not ready. She's not ready, which is automatically, for me, if I was him, that would have been a red flag. Because what do you mean? I'm here 40 minutes early to get to the date that we talked about earlier in the week and you're not ready? Now, before I continue, I'm gonna just say this. I think being a person who is habitually late is just tacky. It's tacky, it's disrespectful, it shows no regard for the person who planned out whatever it is that you're about to go do. It shows no respect for the people at the event that you might be going to and disrupting because you came in late. It's just rude. And I don't know how the rest of y'all grew up, but especially when it comes to having someone who is giving you a ride somewhere. My mother used to always tell me, if you're getting a ride to school, if you're getting a ride to track practice, if you're getting a ride, you never make the person who's offering you a free ride wait. You need to have your shoes on, coat on, purse in hand when they pull up. If anything, you should be standing outside, ready to walk out when they pull into the driveway. But I digress. This is not ready. So instead of apologizing profusely for the fact that she's already started this day on a bad note because she's late, she then asked this man, can we go stop at Starbucks? She knows that they're late, and she asked this man if they can stop at Starbucks. Now, he's a better one than me because I would have been like, girl, we don't have time. We're already running late. I don't want to be late to church. But he doesn't do that. He's a gentleman. He seems like a very sweet man who is very interested in her because he takes her. He takes her to Starbucks. They get the drink. And instead of, while they're driving from Starbucks, instead of adjusting her makeup, making sure she looked really good, when they pulled up so they could get out of the car immediately, she waits until they stop at the church. To adjust her hair, to adjust her makeup, to try to finish her drink. It's clear there is no sense of urgency here. So as he's trying to wait for her, he finally is like, you know what? Here, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the keys to my car. Lock up when you're done. I'm gonna go ahead and head inside. She then starts to cry and gets upset, calls her friend because, oh my God, I can't believe he left me. I don't feel included. He didn't. Mind you, she never walked in the church. He told her what he was going to do. If she had just got up when he got up, she wouldn't have felt excluded. And because this man is a gentleman, he comes back outside to check on her and see what's going on. And they're going back and forth because she feels left out, feels excluded, even though she just didn't walk in with him. She's starting with him at church. And to make matters worse, apparently his parents were there. Apparently his parents were in attendance at the church that Sunday. You played in that man's face and then you played in ours. Girl, let's just be real. You didn't want to go to church. You didn't want to go to church. She made a follow-up video where she, again, continues to excuse her behavior because what is accountability? Where she proceeds to say, oh, well, I was up until like 3:45 in the morning and I was just really... All that does is confirm for me to the fact that you didn't want to get up early and go to church. You really should have just canceled on the man, if we're being real. But to come up on here and to ask us a question with very obvious answers that, again, you are in the wrong, but to double down is crazy. Is crazy. Stop getting on here and telling us stories if you don't want the truth, okay? Stop asking questions you don't want real answers to. Babe, you were disrespectful as hell. And he is better than me. I would have ended the date as soon as you had no urgency to get out the car when it was time to go. He said church started at 10. As in service starts at 10, which means you should have been your butt in the seat by like 9:45. You should have had your seats picked out, ready to listen to the service at 9:45. There are a few things that I don't play with people about. I don't play with people in their emotions. I don't play with people in their time. I don't play with people in their money. And I don't play with people in their faith. You did 3 of the 4 of those things. So, yeah, no. I would be shocked if he decided to hit you back up after that. Because ain't no way.
And it's the fact that the look on her face, like she actually thought that she had a point. This is what men have been dealing with. Modern women who think that they're right. And they get on here. They don't watch it. I mean, they don't care to watch it back. Even if they do, when they're watching it back, they're like, oh yeah. I'm gonna hit them with this one. I'm correct on this one. Because they really don't. How can they know that they're wrong? If the girls are hyping them up, how would they know that? If nobody's setting them straight, how would they know maybe I'm not doing what I need to be doing? Maybe, just maybe, I'm not the one that's right in this situation. How would they know that? They wouldn't. It wouldn't be a thing that crossed their mind, because anytime accountability would creep in, somebody would say, oh no, your feelings are valid. Keep on thinking the way you're thinking. That's why she looks like an idiot now.
Do you have like a minimum when it comes to height?
Yeah, taller than me. Like your height is good.
What if he's taller than you but shorter than me?
No, maybe not. How tall are you?
How tall do you think I am?
Like 6 foot?
5'7".
You're 5'7"? Oh my god. Okay. 5'7" is good.
I can't find the comment, but somebody asked like, what job should a woman not work? I don't have a list. I would just say, if you're a girl, don't work for a woman. If you're a pretty, young, skinny girl, don't have a woman boss. And this isn't like avoid a woman boss. If you can't know this, I would literally recommend go get a different job that has a man as a supervisor. If you can't work for yourself, that's my advice.
Just remember, if he wanted to, he would.
No. I hate this rhetoric so much. It irks me to my soul. Also, ignore my pupils. I just had an eye appointment. Anyway, sometimes people want to, and they do not have the mental, emotional capacity to do so in the moment. It does not mean that they don't care about you. It does not mean that they don't want to be there for you. At that point, they very well may be protecting themselves. To expect somebody to show up 100% every single day for you is asinine. Do you show up 100% every single day? No. You show up to the best of your ability in the state that you're in. And when I say state, I mean state of mind. Anyway, y'all want people to literally bend over backwards for you 24/7. 24/7. As if they don't have things in their own life going on. Are they still showing up in the best capacity that they can right now? Okay. Then what's the issue here? Don't settle for bare minimum. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying if you have somebody that you truly care about, you need to understand that 99% of the time, it has nothing to do with you. Are there days that I fall short as a partner? Absolutely. I know that. But I still do my best to show up the best that I can. And I would rather show up for my partner the best way that I can in that moment than not show up at all. That's the difference. And also, unfortunately, a lot of people are like, if he won't take you to a $300 dinner on a first date, somebody will. If he wanted to, he would. Ain't nobody want to go spend $300 on a first date. And I know this one is a little longer than what I usually do, but like that's how much I hate this statement, okay? It's not that they don't want to. Most of the time, it's just they don't have the capacity in their current state of mind, okay? Jesus Christ, you know what? You get another one.
To all the women that want a husband, this is exactly how you do it.
Ladies, I may be mid, but here are 10 reasons why my husband bought me this Porsche. I don't argue. I speak calmly and leave space for him to rise. I assume his intentions are good, which makes him want to prove me right. I let him lead, then praise what worked. Example, I love the way you handled that. I treasure myself. He mirrors how I treat me. I protect my peace earnestly. No chaos, no reaction spirals. I don't ask, what are we? I ask myself, am I aligned, and act accordingly. I say, that makes me feel taken care of anytime he shows up. I rest visibly, so he knows what he's protecting. I stay soft, even when I'm right. He's not looking for a rival. He's looking for calm energy that he can trust. I'm poised, sincere, and warm in every room we walk into. This makes him want to keep me on his arm. Follow for more love truths that actually work.
I don't really have to add anything to there. All I have to say is a lot of women think you just have to look the part. It's not about looking the part because beauty fades at the end of the day. It's about being genuine, feminine, soft, and submissive. Yeah, I know a couple arguments gonna be is, oh, she's a white woman, or yeah, I'm not doing none of that, or he's probably still cheating on her. It's crazy to me how she just gave you the blueprint to make a man happy and most likely make the man marry you and do everything he can in his power to get you exactly what you need and want, and you'll find a way to bash this woman. It's crazy to me how a lot of women out there have the independent mindset. That's okay. At the end of the day, I'm gonna ask you one simple question. And you want to get married. Pack it up.
Women are biologically wired to test men. One of the best TikToks that exists right now, it's in my repost. This is what the thumbnail looks like. Go watch it. But he basically is saying that women are supposed to prod and poke at men because this tests where a man is on the social hierarchy. How trustworthy is he? How aggressive is he? How tolerant and patient is he? Women spend their entire life having to gauge men and their temperaments and their behaviors, even through like micro interactions. We know how to pin a man immediately. And the funniest part is that even pointing this out triggers the men that would fail this test. There's going to be men in the comments, I already know it, that are going to whine and cry about what I'm saying. Those are the exact men I'm talking about. The men that are high on the social hierarchy, that have a high IQ, they're intelligent, they're capable, they don't feel threatened by this fact. There's a reason for that. Men with high trigger ability are low on that social hierarchy, and they will show their ass immediately. And that's great because it helps us women know without having to waste any time that you're not worth her time. We're like, oh, okay, one of those. Next. Women know that men with a fragile ego are not trustworthy. They're not safe. If they can't even protect their own emotions, they cannot protect anything for you. We know that they lack basic social and emotional skills, and this does translate into how capable a man is in the broader sense. Being angry and aggressive and verbally abusive does not show that you're high on that social hierarchy. It shows the complete opposite.
I think the problem that you're going to run into is that it sets the woman up to be the only judge, right? So she's the only one that can test people. She's the only one that can give these things because it's biologically hardwired. And after all, at that point, it should be okay for her to do that. But if a man does it, then it's a problem. And we're not talking about the bottom of the barrel guys, as you would call it. We're talking about the guys that you actually would respect. Those guys are not just going to be like, oh, yeah, I got through all those tests and now I'm in your good graces. Let's go get married. Those guys are going to say, that was fun. Great. Hope I passed all your tests. Now I have some tests for you to make sure that you're a great fit for me. And all of a sudden, that's when all of it goes out of the window. That's when all of it shuts down because he's controlling, because now he's manipulative. Now he's trying to force me to do things, and I really don't like that. That means that he's going to mishandle me in the future, and he's got this power dynamic in our relationship that he's trying to take over me already, and that's a red flag. That's what we're going to hear. So no matter how eloquent you put it, no matter how great it sounds coming out of your mouth, men are going to know at the end of the day, the woman is asking for control, and that's the only one that can have it. I'm the only one that can test you. And if you get triggered, you're not a real man. But if a real man comes through by your standards and says, okay, I'm looking for a real woman and this is a real woman to me, all of a sudden, well, how do we define a real woman? Because, a lot of men, they're looking for a slave. They're looking for a woman that they control. And that's not really the definition of it. And now we have to have a discussion, a 3, 4, 5 hour or decades long discussion about what it actually is that a man should be able to test a woman on.
It's like an interesting contrast. Men can resonate with Batman regardless if Batman's a white guy. Even if the guy that's resonating with Batman is black, a lot of guys resonate with Batman and Spider-Man, regardless of his race. We all know that Batman is a white guy. But women, on the other hand, they need to feel like the character looks like them for them to be like, oh my god, that's me, even though the character acts nothing like them. For me, I don't really care how the character looks as long as she kind of resembles me in a sense of the character, her persona. I'm more of a persona type of person. But a lot of women would rather be like, where's a black girl, whatever, and the black girl can act nothing like her, but as long as she looks black, they act the same. Or the Asian girl looks the same as her and they can act nothing like the character. But it's just an interesting contrast because a lot of guys think they're Batman, even though they look nothing like Batman. They go off the character, but women don't. They go off the look.
Batman is a complicated person. So is Superman. So is Spider-Man. And really, honestly and truly, every single male character. Really, any superhero is a complex character. But what a lot of modern women like to do is they like to look at the great characteristics, the great part of the superhero and say, oh, that's me. And what they really mean is that's what I aspire to be. That's what I want to be. I want to feel like a superhero. I want to feel like a rock star. But a man says, Batman is great. He's able to do X, Y, and Z. But Batman also has this other side about him that's very, very dark. Spider-Man, I'd love to be swinging and doing all this other stuff. But the other side of Spider-Man, he's got some stuff that he's got to work through. And that's the thing about men today. While they do a lot of great things, men still have to wrestle with a lot of things in their life. Society trashing them, women trashing them, trying to figure out what their purpose and their goal is in life. I mean, could be doing great things, but still working on the full confidence, which I don't know if men ever really truly get full confidence, right? You probably get older, more experience, and then you're like, oh yeah, man, I pretty much know what I'm doing now. But there's always something that a man is like, man, I'm really struggling. I'm wrestling with this. I'm good over here in this part of my life, but this part of my life, man, I'm really struggling. And that's when a lot of times, now there's sometimes that men, they kind of go into themselves and then they say, well, I'm trying to figure this out on my own and I'm going to try to come out on the other side. But then there are a lot of times that men will go and seek out other men, if it's online or if it's in a local group or, going to playing basketball, fishing, it doesn't really matter. They'll go out and seek out a group of men and try to understand themselves more in relation to the other guys, build connections that way, and further their purpose, their confidence by understanding, okay, here's where I fit in here, right? This train is going this way. I kind of want to go this way. I just need to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing, right? It's always a constant, I don't want to say treasure hunt of sorts, but that's kind of like what it is. I'm always looking for what I need to be doing, the long lost goal of what I need to be doing. And it just is what it is. I find myself along the way. I triumph. I find treasure that I think is treasure and it's not. I have to bury it again. I have to throw it out. That's a man's journey. But modern women, they think from the jump. They're Wonder Woman. They're the prettiest. They got that lasso and they can just throw it and people tell them the truth. And my women's intuition and any man is going to fall for me. If he wanted to, he would. When he walks into the room, he's going to be obsessed with me and I got all these powers and I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I got my PhD, my master's, and I'm making 6 figures. I got my own business and any man would be excited to be with me and I'm so great. And very rarely do they wrestle with the other part of their life where it's, I'm not so perfect. And even when they do, they have friends that come up and say, nope, you're perfect as is. He should accept you as is. Don't worry about that. Just go in there and act like you own the place. It's a never ending cycle. That's the difference between men and women.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all mad strict. Like, y'all won't go on a coffee date. Like, there was a time in my life, I'll take a blunt as a date. Like, what?